plan, give me 800,000 and over.
Any way you wish to now, you can bid in individually or in combination.
$1,750, that'll help.
Roger, 675.
Bidder 7.
35, 49.
535.
All right, folks, hey, we're ready to get started here this evening. It's our pleasure to be here with you on behalf of Schrader Real Estate and Auction Company. Your cell manager this evening's Brent Wellings. Most all of you have talked to Brent through this process. I'm going to give a couple mobile numbers here. We want to make sure throughout the evening that you have access to somebody. Even if you're bidding online, we want to make sure you have access to somebody. Brent Wellings, you can reach his mobile, and Brent's going to be a busy guy this evening, but I'm going to give you his mobile, 972-768-5165. And also Luke, you can dial Luke if you can't get Brent at that number, and Luke is 260-229-7089. 260-229-7089. Hey, it's our pleasure to be here on behalf of Schoeneman 5M Ranch. We're going to start out here this evening and look at the bidding procedures together. And so if you printed those bidding procedures off in the email packet that you received or from online, we're going to take a look at the Exhibit B, bidding procedures to keep in mind. Bidding is open to registered bidders who have made arrangements with the auction company to bid online or via telephone. Auction will be conducted by and at the direction of the auctioneer, calling for bids via live simulcast. Terms of sale are contained in the following documents, all of which have been posted to the auction website and included in the bidder's package distributed via mail or email prior to the auction. So you've got the agreement to purchase, and we're going to hit on each of these agreements here as we go through these announcements. You've got the Exhibit A, the auction track maps. Exhibit B, these bidding procedures and auction announcements that I'm reading through. You've got Exhibit C, the seller's addendum, and Exhibit D, the Track 3 addendum that applies to Track 3 only. And again, we'll hit on each of those documents as we go through the announcements here. As an update to the marketing materials, Exhibit A reflects minor adjustments to the depiction of Tracks 1, 2, and 3. A revised acre estimate for Track 9. These updates are based on the pre-auction survey. So based on that pre-auction work, that Exhibit A that was emailed to you and posted at the website, there are updates to Tracks 1, 2, 3, and 9. You may bid on any individual tract or any combination of tracts, except that Track 3 cannot be combined with any other tracts. Bidding will remain open on individual tracts and combinations until the close of the auction. So all tracts can be combined other than Track 3. You can only bid on Track 3 individually if you're interested in that tract. Bidding will be on a lump sum basis, so you'll be bidding thousands of dollars here this evening. Part of what you'll see there on YouTube will be the graphical viewer, and there'll be a column dedicated on the graphical viewer that'll show you the price per acre. Otherwise, if you need a little help calculating, just call one of the guys. They'd be glad to help you do a little calculating. Minimum bids are at the auctioneer's discretion. So behind me to the right, you can see the red and white minimum raise board. Those will be the absolute minimums as we go through the auction. In most situations, it's going to make sense to bid more than that. I do reserve the right to change those as need be as we go through the auction. Bids are not contingent on financing, so be sure you arrange financing if needed and are able to pay cash at closing. So it doesn't make us any difference where the money's coming from. Just make sure you've got it lined up. You're not bidding subject to getting the financing here this evening. Final bids are subject to the seller's acceptance or rejection. The final bids may be accepted by seller anytime on or before Friday, March 26th. Individuals associated with the auction company may bid on their own account and behalf. Turning the page there, Part B, a buyer's premium equal to 4% of the high bid amount will be charged to each buyer and added to the bid amount to arrive at the purchase price. So a $100,000 bid converts to a $104,000 contract purchase price with that 4% buyer's premium. Buyer shall deliver a 10% earnest money deposit payable to WFG National Title Insurance Company as the escrow agent. Earnest money may be delivered by check or wire transfer, but it must be received by the escrow agent on or before Wednesday, March 24th. Balance of purchase price is due in cash at closing. Closing will be scheduled in accordance with Section 17 of the agreement to purchase. Again, that was part of the packet that was sent to you there and posted to the website. Targeted closing period is on or before May 7th, except as otherwise provided in Exhibit D with respect to that Track 3 because of the right of first refusal. Delivery of title and possession will be effective upon completion of the closing, except that possession of Track 3 will be delivered subject to an existing lease as provided in Exhibit D. So we've talked about that Exhibit D a little bit. I'm not going to read all the way through that again. It's available on the website. It was emailed to you as part of the package, but it all applies to that right of first refusal and the circumstances revolving around Track 3. The sale and conveyance of any tract shall exclude all minerals as defined in Section 2 of the agreement to purchase. Closing costs, expenses will be allocated and paid in accordance with Sections 18 and 19 of the agreement to purchase. Real estate taxes shall be prorated to the date of closing. Preliminary title insurance schedules have been prepared by WFG National Title Insurance Company and posted to the auction website prior to the auction, including links to copies of the recorded documents listed as exceptions. So that's all there at the website if you're interested in looking at that preliminary title work at all. Prior to closing, buyer will receive a final title commitment for the purchase tracts in accordance with Section 9 of agreement to purchase. Cost of standard coverage owner's title insurance will be shared equally 50-50 by the seller and buyer at each closing, except that seller's share of the title insurance cost for any closing shall not exceed $2,500. Title is to be conveyed and title insurance is to be issued free and clear of liens, but subject to all easements and other permitted exceptions as defined in Section 12 of the agreement to purchase. Pre-auction surveys of Tracks 1 and 2 combined, Track 3 and Track 9 have been prepared by R&R engineers surveyors and posted to the auction website prior to the auction. So that survey work is all there at the website. A new post-auction survey will be obtained if necessary to record the conveyance or if otherwise deemed appropriate by seller. In any event, a new survey shall be obtained if and only if obtained in accordance with Section 7 of the agreement to purchase. Cost of any survey shall be shared equally 50-50 by the seller and the buyer. Turn the page here, number 19. If a new post-auction survey is obtained for any closing in accordance with Section 7 of the agreement to purchase, the purchase price shall be adjusted proportionally, reflect the difference, if any, between the acre estimates shown in Exhibit A and the gross acre shown in the survey, provided, however, the purchase price for Tracts 1 and Tract 2 or any combination that includes Tract 1 or Tract 2 shall not be subject to adjustment. So if there's a survey done and you end up with more acres, you'll pay proportionally more. If you end up with less acres, you'll pay proportionally less, other than on Tracts 1 and 2 where you have those buildings. If Tracts 1 or 2 are part of the package with the homes there will not be any proration involved. As shown in Exhibit A, the acre estimates have been revised for purposes of the auction as follows. You can see there on Tract 9 it was 70 acres. It's now 76 acres. If you're looking at Tract 9, please be sure and make that update to your brochure. Tract 9 was 70 acres. It's now 76 acres, so your total for Tracts 1 through 9 is 1,126 acres. Acres shown in Exhibit A are approximate and been estimated based on the approximate total acres shown in the property tax records and pre-auction surveys, and approximate provisional allocation between the potential new tracts. No warranty or authoritative representation is made as to the number of gross acres or irrigated acres included with any tract or set of tracts. Boundary lines and auction tract maps depicted in Exhibit A and auction marketing materials are approximations provided for identification and illustration purposes only. They are not provided as survey products and are not intended to depict or establish authoritative boundaries or locations. 23 here, if a dispute arises prior to closing as to location of any boundary, the auction company may but need not terminate the purchase contract by giving written notice of termination to buyer, but only with the seller's consent. In the event of such termination, the earnest money shall be refunded to the buyer, and the property may be resold free and clear of any claim of buyer. In lieu of consenting to such termination, the seller may elect instead to enforce the purchase contract according to its terms. So that's 1 in a million, but if there happens to be a disagreement on a boundary line or survey line, we've got the right with the seller's blessing to give your earnest money back, and everybody goes their separate ways. In regards to Tract 1 here, advertised square footages and dimensions are approximate and have been estimated based on property tax information. No warranty or authoritative representation is made as to the size or dimensions of any improvements. Tract 1 also here in Section 25 as an update to the marketing materials, the grain storage bins on Tract 1 are 3,000 bushels each for a total of 24,000 bushels of storage, so a little less than what was originally in the brochure. Also here on Tract 1, sellers replacing the septic system on Tract 1. This work will be completed prior to closing. As a matter of fact, I believe it's been completed, but if it's not 100% completed, it will be done by closing. On Tracts 1 and 2 here, Tract 2 is served by water lines from the domestic well on Tract 1. If these tracts are not purchased together, the buyer of Tract 1 shall be responsible for disconnecting the well from Tract 2, and the buyer of Tract 2 shall be responsible for installing a new water well on Tract 2. So pay attention there. If you're the buyer on Tract 2 and Tract 1 is not part of your combination, you will be responsible for a new water well. Turn the page here, Section 28 on Tract 2. The mobile home on Tract 2 is taxed as personal property by the county and will be transferred as is to the buyer of Tract 2 via bill of sale. As an update to the marketing materials, the mobile home has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms there on Tract 2. Here on Tracts 2 and 3, pursuant to a grant of right-of-way recorded on May 6, 2020, seller granted a right-of-way for a future pipeline to be installed within a 50-foot wide corridor, mostly on Tract 2 and partly on Tract 3. Seller received payment in advance for all reasonably anticipated damages caused to the surface of the land during the initial construction of the pipeline and related facilities. The buyers of Tracts 2 and 3 will not receive any payment from the seller or from the pipeline company for any such damages during the initial construction, except that the buyer of Tract 2 will receive a credit from seller in the amount of $4,500 at the time of closing. So the buyer of Tract 2 will receive a $4,500 credit there at the time of closing. Here in Section 30, Tract 3 is subject to an existing lease, which contains a first right of refusal provision in favor of the leasee. A copy of the lease has been posted to the auction website. If you are bidding on Tract 3, be sure you have read and understood the lease and the provisions of Exhibit D, again, all right there at the website, which contains important provisions regarding the lease and the right of first refusal. Exhibit D shall be signed by seller and buyer as part of the purchase contract for Tract 3. Also here on Tract 3, if the high bid on Tract 3 is accepted by the seller, the current leasee will be given an opportunity to purchase Tract 3 for the same amount pursuant to the first right of refusal. If Tract 3 is then acquired by the leasee pursuant to the first right of refusal, the high bidder on Tract 3 will receive a full refund of the earnest money plus additional compensation in the amount of $20,000, subject to the conditions set forth in subsection 4H of Exhibit D. Again, that was sent to you in your package and also posted at the website. Good news, if you're the high bidder, even if that first right of refusal results in the leasee purchasing the property, if you were the high bidder in that situation and the bank accepted the bid, you would be paid $20,000, again, if the leasee executes their right of first refusal. On Tract 3 also here, the center pivot sprinkler irrigation system is excluded from the sale of Tract 3, but may be purchased by the landowner or lessor upon termination of the lease based on 10-year straight line depreciation cycle as provided in the lease. The rent paid or due under lease will be prorated to the date of closing in accordance with Exhibit D. On Tracts 4 and 8 here, there's an existing road near the west lines of Tracts 4 and 8, which is not depicted in the auction tract map and is not currently maintained by the county. According to a representative of the right-of-way division of the County Public Works Department, township section line comprising the west lines of Tracts 4 and 8 was the subject of a right-of-way petition granted by the county in 1918. In any event, if Tracts 4 and 8 are not sold together, the west 30 feet of Tract 4 will be subject to a new ingress-egress utility easement serving Tract 8, subject to any existing public right-of-way. The easement shall be created at or prior to closing by grant or reservation in the deeds and or pursuant to a separate instrument prepared by an attorney on behalf of the seller. So that applies there on tracts 4 and 8. On tract 7 here, the buyer of tract 7 agrees to acquire the purchased tracts regardless of any right and or claims relating to a fenced encroachment near the east line of tract 7, as shown in a document referenced in the preliminary title evidence and recorded on June 14th. 36, the auction company has provided information from various sources via an internet data room at the auction website, including a copy of Tract 3 lease and related rent history, home inspection reports for the homes on Tracts 1 and 2, preliminary title insurance schedules, soil maps, topo maps, wetland maps, flood zone maps, FSA maps, pre-auction surveys, property tax information, and groundwater resource assessment prepared by Wright Water Engineers. Although believed to be from reliable sources, the seller and auction company disclaim any warranty or liability for the information provided. So Brent has done his best to get all the information in your hands that he could get his hands on, but ultimately it's up to you as the buyers to do your due diligence. Your bids are to be based solely upon your inspection. All property sold as is without warranty, without limiting any other provisions. The terms of sale include important disclaimers set forth in sections 22 and 23 of the agreement to purchase, again posted there at the website and part of those email packages you receive. To close the auction, each high bidder shall execute a purchase contract in the form provided in each bidder's packet, consisting of the agreement to purchase, Exhibit A's, this is Exhibit B, Exhibit C, and if applicable, Exhibit D. Terms of these documents are non-negotiable. Buyer shall also sign the applicable disclosure forms, each of which has been posted to the auction website as follows. All tracts here, the brokerage disclosure to buyer, and then on tract 1, the lead-based paint disclosure form with the brochure. The buyer of tracts 1 and 2 will also acknowledge receipt of the broker square footage disclosure forms, which have been posted to the website. Finally, Schrader Real Estate and Auction Company and Brent Willings are exclusively the agents of the seller. So we've referenced that Exhibit C here. That's the seller's addendum that was posted to the website and part of your emails. And, of course, that will apply also. You'll want to take a look at that. All right, folks, we're ready to get started here, and what a wonderful opportunity you have here. What a great, great location. We're going to start out with tract 1, and on tract 1, you've got about 125 acres. That includes a 3-bedroom, 2-bath farmhouse, originally built in 1915. Home is 1,548 square foot of living space with a fully finished basement of 1,040 square foot. Metal shop building measuring 96 by 42, detached 2-stall garage, equipment storage shed, horse barn with multiple turnouts, 6-pen feed yard. Again, these bins are about 24,000 bushel instead of 40,000 bushel of grain feed storage. You've got 8 3,000 bushel bins basically instead of 8 5,000 bushel bins. And you've got the 2 pastures there. All right, folks, what do you give me to start here on this tract 1? Hey, right there with great views of the Front Range, wonderful setting. What do you give me to go here? Well, give me $500,000 to start on tract 1. What do you got? 500 to go. Give me 250. 250 out of 50. Now 3. 250 bid. Now 3 out of bid. Line in the month about 3 to 3 and 3. Well, you give me 300,000. Hey, listen, folks. If you are online, I encourage you to bid quickly, of course, and we're going to try and give everybody a fair chance. But if you're bidding online, make sure you get in. I'm on tract 1 here, just 250,000. 250 bid, now 3 out of bid line in the month about 3 to 3 and 3. It'll give me 300,000. 50, would it give me 275? 250 bid, now 75 out of bid line in the month about 75 out of 5 and 5. It'll give me 275. Anybody else interested in tract 1 by itself? I know there's been interest in tracts 1 and 2, but folks, if you're interested in individual tracts, now's the time to get on. I got 250, would you give me 275? 250 bid, now 75 out of bid line in the month about 75 out of 5 and 5. Yeah, to give me 275. I'm at 250. What do you give me 75 out of 5 and 5? Anybody else on this tract 1? I got 250. What do you give me 275? At 250, your bidder number there. Bidder number. Bidder 49, bidder 49. All right, folks, on up to tract 2, and on tract 2, you got about 38 acres. Includes a 3-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home, newly installed roof, spring of 2021. You got the indoor roping riding arena with the calf return alley and chute. Hey, the balance of property is fenced pasture here. Again, what a wonderful location with the views of the Front Range. What do you give me to go here on this tract 2? Give me 250 to start here. 250. Who'd give me 250? Dollar 60 now, 70. I'm at 60. What do you give me? 70 now, 79. Need them on the middle about 270. Or I'm sorry, I got 60,000. What do you give me? 70,000. 60 bid now, $70. But line need them on the middle about 70. Yeah, to give me 70,000. I got Luke at 60. 70 to get in, folks. If you're interested, let's track 2 individually. Now's the time to get on. I got 60 bid. Will you give me 70? 60 bid, now $70, but the line didn't about about 70. Yeah, to give me 70,000. I got Luke in at 60. Anybody else? What do you give me 70,000? 60 bid, now $70, but the line didn't about 70. Yeah, to give me 70,000. Folks, we're going to move through these individuals quickly. If you're interested in individual track, get on now. Hey, they're going to tend to be combined at these prices, so get serious. If you're interested in individual track, I got 60 bid. Will you give me 70? Yeah, to give me 70,000. 60,000, your bidder number there? Bidder 49, bidder 49. All right, now, folks, on up to track 3 here. And on track 3, you've got about 266 acres. You've got about 230 acres under center pivot irrigation. Irrigated land, of course, is currently in sod production, and the entire tract is leased. Hey, you've got 3 irrigation wells serving the center pivot. Hey, track 3 is subject, of course, to that first right of refusal held by the leasee. The high bidder on track 3, other than the leasee, will be compensated if the high bid is accepted by the seller. But track 3 is then acquired by the leasee pursuant to the first right of refusal. Hey, what do you give me to go here? A rare, rare opportunity on the center pivot, the irrigation here. 260 acres, give me $3 million to start. $3 million. What do you got? I got $1.5 million, now $1.6 million. You can all get in there. $1.5 million, what do you give me? 6 does 6 and 6. And $7, $7 million, 6 now $7, 7 now. I did them on about $7, now 8, now 8. I got 1.7, now 8 to 8 and 8. 1.7 bid, now $8, but the line did them on about 8 to 8 to 8, not in about 9 to the line and 9. Now 1.9, you're back out, Gary. Got Luke at 1.8. Will you give me 1.9? I got 2, now 2-1. 2, now 2-1. You're back out, Luke. 2-1. Hit him one, another one, another one. Now did him about 2 to and 2. Now 2-2, Doug. I got Luke at 2-1. Hit give me 2-2. 2-1 bid, now 2 dot, but line did him about 2 to and 2. Yeah, you give me 2,200,000, folks. Now take a look. Get serious here. How can you go wrong at these kind of levels? I got Gary at 2-2. Now 2-3. Yes. I got 2.5. 2,500,000. Now 2.6. 2.5 bid, 2.6 to get in. 5, what do you give me? 6 dollars, 6 and 6, and $7, 7. 6 bid, now $7, but line in the bottom about $7, 7. Yeah, to give me 2.7. I'm at 2.6 now, $7, 7. You want back in there, Doug? You want in there, Luke? I got Gary at 2.6, 2.7 to get in, folks. When you're going to have another opportunity like it? I'll 8 and 8 to the lead and 8. I'm at 2.7. Will you give me 8 to the lead? Now I did about 2.8. Yeah, to give me 2,800,000. I got Doug at 2.7, 8, now 9. You're back out, Doug. Now 9. 8 bid, now 9 but the line did about 9 to the line and 9. Yeah, to give me 2,900,000. I got Gary at 2.8. You're out, Luke. You're out, Doug. I got 2.8. Will you give me 2.9? 2.8 bid, now 9 but the line did about 9 to the line and 9. Folks, this is where we should have started. I got 2.9, now 3. 2.9, now 3. I'm at 2.9. They give me 3 to 3 and 3. Yeah, they give me 3 million, folks. Hey, listen, you get a $20,000 payment even if the right of first refusal comes through and you don't get the track. Now, how could you go wrong there? I got 2.9. Will you give me 3 million? I won and one another 1 and 1. I got Gary in at 3 million. Will you give me 3-1? 3 million bid, now 1 another, but line then about 1 another 1 another 1 9 then about 1 another 1 and 1. Yeah, you give me 3,100,000. I got Gary at 3 million. Will you give me 3-1? You're out, Doug. You're out, Luke. 3 bid, now 1 another, but line then about 1 another 1 and 1. Will you give me out 2 and 2 and 2? Doug's in at 3-1. Will you give me 3-2? You're out, Gary. 3-1 bid, now 2 dotted, but line didn't have been about 3. Now 3-3, Doug. I got Gary at 3-2. Will you give me 3-3? I'm at 3,200,000. Will you give me 3.3, folks? When you're going to have another opportunity? Now take a look. Take a look when you're going to have another chance in this location. I got 3-2. Will you give me 3-3? I'm at 3-2. Will you give me 3 to 3 and 3? Will you give me 3,300,000? I got Gary at 3-2. Yeah, you give me 3,300,000? Yes, sir, no. Looks like it ought to be yes, sir, yes at this level. 2, now 3 to 3 and 3. Here to give me 3,300,000? Yes, sir, no. Here we go. You want back in there, Doug? Will you give me 3,300,000? Now 4 and 4. You're back out, Gary. Now 3, 4. I'm at 3, 3. Now 4 out of the line. Did a money about 4 out of 4 and 4. Well, you give me 3,400,000. I got Doug in at 3,300,000. The rest of you are out. 3, 3. We give me 3, 4. Now 5 and 5 out of 5 and 5. I'm at 3, 4. You give me 5 out of the line. Did a money about 5 out of 5 and 5. Well, you give me 3,500,000. 3, 4. Bid now 5 out of the line. Did a money about 5 out of 5 and 5. You want in there at 3,500,000, Doug? Take a look. I got Gary at 3, 4. Hey, you give me 3, 5. Hey, you give me 3, 5. You want back in there, Luke? I got Gary at 3, 4. Will you give me 5 out of 5 and 5? All right, 3,400,000, Gary. What's your bidder number there? 132. Bidder 132 on track 3. All right, folks, down up to track 4. Take a look here. Track 4, we got 38 acres, making an excellent potential building site. Again, hey, all those great views of the Front Range here. You talk about a wonderful setting. What do you give me on track 4? Hey, give me 100 to go here. 100, give me 50 and start. 50, I got 50, now 60. 50 bid, now skidada bid line, then I'm mid bus, skidada, then I'm mid bus, skidada, 60. Yeah, to give me 60,000. I got Ritter at 50. Way to give me 60. Folks, now listen. If you're interested in these smaller tracks, I'm telling you, get in now. At these kind of prices, this grassland is going to all be combined. If you came looking for a smaller track, get in now. I got 50. What do you give me? 60. 50. What do you give me? 60 out of 60. Now 70. Now 70. I got Jerry at 60. Now 70. Now 70. Now 70. 60 bid. Now 70. Now bid. Anybody bid about 70. I got Jerry at 60,000. The rest of you are out. Well, you give me 70. 60 bid. Now 70. Now bid. Anybody bid about 70. Hey, to give me 70,000. Folks, I'll quit preaching here, but if you're interested in these smaller tracks, now 80. And 80, and 80 out of 80. 70 bid, now 80 out of bid, and then I'm about 80. Hey, give me 80,000. Your other bidder's out. I got 70. What do you give me? 80. 70 bid, now 80 out of bid, and then I'm about 80 out of 89. Then I'm about 80 out of 80. You want back in there at 80,000? And $90, 90. 80 bid, now 90 out of bid, and then I'm about 90. I got Jerry at 80, 90 to get in. 80 bid, now 90 out of bid, and then I'm about $90, 99, then I'm about 90. 80, give me 90,000, folks. Take a look. Take a look. How many chances do you get? Now, if you're looking for a wonderful setting to build, I got Jerry at 80, 90 to get in. 80 bid, now 90 out of bid, and then I'm about $98, 90. You want back in there, Doug? Yes or no? Will you give me 90? 80,000, Jerry. Bidder number 20. Bidder 20. Bidder 20. All right, folks, get on now. If you're serious, get on and bid. I got on up here now to track 5, and on track 5, you got another 38-acre site. Also an excellent potential building site here. What do you give me to go on this track 5? Give me 100 to start here. What do you got? 50 and go. 30, now 40, you can all get in there. 30 bid, now 40 out of bid, line, did one bid, about 40 out of 40, and 50 out of 50. 40 bid, now 50 out of bid, line, did one bid, about 50 out of 50. Hey, Doug, you might want to talk to your person. We're about half where we were on the last one. They sit right next to each other. I got 40 with Luke. Will you give me 50? I'm at 40. What do you give me? 50 out of 50. 40 bid, now 50 out of bid, line, did one bid, about 50 out of 50, did one bid, about 50 out of 50. Jerry. Your bidder want this track too. We're down here only 50,000. I got 40. Will you give me 50? Folks, we're right there just inching over 1,000 an acre. I'm at 40,000. Will you give me 50? 40 bid, now 50 out of bid, then one bid, about 50 out of 50, then one bid, about 50 out of 50. You give me 50,000? Yes, sir, no? At 40, Luke, your bidder number. 22. Nah, too late. We're going to move. Get on, folks. If you're interested in bidding, get on. On track 6 here, I've got 76 acres. Hey, another excellent potential building site, including good views of the Front Range looking west. Take a look here on this track 6. Hey, give me 100 to start here. 100. Who to give me $100? 100. What do you got? 50 and go. 50, now 60 out of 60. 50 bid, now 60 out of bid, line, in one bid, 60 out, now 70. 60 bid, now 70 out of bid, line, in one bid, 70. Yeah, to give me 70,000. I got Luke at 60. 70 to get in on this track 6. I'm at 60. What do you give me? 70. 60 bid, now 70 out of bid, line, in one bid, 70. You want in there 70,000. I got Luke at 60. 70 to get in, folks. Hey, we're under $1,000 an acre. These kind of prices are all going to be combined. If you're interested in these individual tracks, now Get in. I got 60. What do you give me? 70. Yes. And $80, 80, 70 bid now, $80 bid line in the bottom bid about 80 now, $90, 90, 80 bid now, $90 bid line in the bottom bid about $90, 90. I'm at 80,000, 90 to get in, Doug. You're back out. Luke at 80, 90 to get in, 80 bid now, $90 bid line in the bottom bid about 90, 80 give me 90,000 and $100, 100, 90 bid now, $100 bid line in the bottom bid about 100. You're back out, Luke. Now 10 and 10 and 10 little in and 10. 100 bid now, 10 bid line in the bottom bid about 10 little in, now in the bottom bid about 110. Here to give me 110. I got the folks. This is where we should have started now. Take a look. Take a look. You talk about special settings with incredible views. I got 100. Will you give me 110? 100. Will you give me 10 little in, now in the bottom bid about 110. Here to give me 110,000. At 100, your bidder number, Luke. 22. 22. All right, now on up to track 7. And on track 7, you got about 69 acres here. Great building site potential. Awesome views of the front range here. Take a look. What do you give me to go on this track 7? Give me 100 to start here. 15, go. 50, now $60, 60. 50, bid now $60, bid line in the bottom mid-bus, $8 now 70. I'm at 16, now $70, bid line in the bottom mid-bus, 70. On this track 7, folks, we're talking about 69 acres. We're under 1,000 an acre. I got 60. Will you give me 70? Luke's in at 60, now 70, now 70. Here to give me 70. 60 bid now, $70 bid line in the bottom mid-bus, 70. You want in there 70,000, folks. Hey, you don't have to punch the calculator. I'll guarantee you it just says cheap if you plug it in at 60,000 on 69 acres. 60, what do you give me? 70. 60 bid now, $70 bid line in the bottom mid-bus, $80, 89, 89 in the bottom mid-bus, 80,000. I'm at 70 with Doug, 80 to get in. 70 bid now, $80 bid line, $90, 90. 80 bid now, $90 bid line in the bottom mid-bus, $90, 99 in the bottom mid-bus, $90, 90. You're back out, Doug. I got Luke at 80. Will you give me 90? 80 bid now, $90 bid line in the bottom mid-bus, $90, 99, 99 in the bottom mid-bus, 90,000. You want in there? I got 80 with Luke, 90 to get in. Folks just inching over 1,000 an acre. I'm at 80. What do you mean, $90, 90? Yes or no? Here we go. 80, give me 90. At 80,000, your bidder number, Luke? 22 again there. 80,000. All right, on tract 8 here, you got about 400 acres. Excellent piece of pasture with mostly perimeter fence and a stock tank in the center. Light grazing pressure in recent years. Grass is in good shape. Take a look here on this tract 8. Hey, give me 500 to start here. 500. Well, you got 3 and go. I got 250, now 3. 250 bid, now $3 bid line. Then I'm about 3 to 3 and 3. Now $50, 50. 3 bid, now $50 bid line. Then I'm about $50, $59, then about 500, now 550. You're all out. I got 5, now $50, 50. 5 bid, now $50 bid line. Then I'm about $50, 50. And 6 and 6 is 6. Now 600. I got Eric at 550, 6 to get in. And so, were you bidding, Arden? 6, now $50, 50. 6 bid, now $50 bid line. Then I'm about $50. Hey, Taylor, hold his hand, would you please? 650, now $7, 7. Do you have it? 50, now $7, 7. 650 bid, now $7 bid line. Then I'm about 7. Here to give me 700,000. I got 650 with Luke. 7, now $50, 50. You're back out, Eric. You're back out, Luke. 7 bid, now $50 bid line. Then I'm about $50, 50. You want back in there 750. I'm at 700. You're talking about 400 acres here. I got 7. 25, now $50, 50. 25 bid, now $50 bid line. Did about $50, 750. Here to give me 750. You got Luke at 725. 750 to get in. You want back in there, Eric. 25 bid, now $50 bid line. Did about $50, did about $50, 50. You want in there 750? We'll take that. 775. Now 8 and 8 and 8 to the lead and 8. 775. Bid no $8 bid line in the money about 8 to the lead 9 to the money about 800,000. Luke and Eric, you're out. I got 775 with Doug. 8 now quarter and quarter and quarter out a quarter. I'm at 800 now quarter out of bid line in the money about 25 another 5 and 5. Here to give me 825. I got 800 with Luke. Doug and Eric, you're out. Will you give me 825? 8 bid, not 25, not a bid. Then the bottom bid, bottom 25, not a 5 and 5. It'll give me 825. I'm bid 800, not 25, not a bid. Then the bottom bid, bottom 25, not a 5 and 5. Eric, the phone's not on your ear. What happened? I got 8, now 25, not a 5 and 5 at 800,000, your bidder number. Is he bidding, Taylor? 22. Oh, you figured him out. Okay, 800,000, bidder 22. 800,000, bidder 22. All right, folks, on up now to track 9, and on track 9, you got about 76 acres along State Highway 52, currently in dry land, cultivation, but could also make an excellent potential building site. Again, track 9 up to 76 acres. If you're looking at your brochure, make sure you denote 76 acres instead of 70 acres here. What do you give me to go here? Give me 300,000 to start here. What do you got? 2 and go. Who to give me 2 to and 2? 150? I got 150, now 75. 150 bid, now 75, not a bid. Line in the bottom about 75, not a 5 and 5. What do you give me? 175. Folks, take a look here on this track 9. Hey, we're down there around 2 an acre. 60. Didn't think of that, Lee. We'll take it. 60, now 70. 60 bid, now 70, not a bid. Now $80, 80. You're back out, Lee. Now 180. I'm at 170. What do you mean? $80, $80, then about $90, 90. Now 190. 180 bid, now $90, but line then about $90, 90. Here to give me 190. I got 180 with Lee. The rest of you are out. Will you give me 190? Take a look, folks. Take a look. I think we should be a lot closer to 300,000. You are the market. Be the judge. I got 180. Will you give me 190? I'm at 180. What do you give me? $90, 90. 80 bid now $90, but line didn't want to out 2 to Lou and 2. Now 200,000, Lee. I got Luca 190. What do you give me? 200. I'm at 190. What do you give me? 2 to Lou. Now didn't want to about 200,000 and 10 to Lou and 10. Now 210. 2 bid now 10 but line didn't want to about 10 to Lou. Now didn't want to about 210. You want back in there at 210. I got Lee at 200. You're out, Luke. Will you give me 210 and 20? Now 20 out of 20. I'm at 210 with Luke. You're out, Lee. What do you give me 20 out of 20? I'm at 210. Will you give me 20 out of 20? You want back in there, Lee? Here to give me 220. 10 bid now 20 out of bid line. Then about 20 out of 20. Don't quit now, Lee. I got 210. Will you give me 220? Doug, you want in there 220? 10. What do you give me 20 out of 20? 210 bid, now 20 out of bid line, then about $20, 20. You want in there, Gary, at 220? 210, your bidder number there? 22. All right, folks, hey, we've gone down through these individual tricks pretty quickly on these individual tracks. We'll get a total here. You want to get us a graphical viewer there, Jason, if you would? We'll be showing everybody how we total here based on these individual bids, folks. It's going to be cheap based on these prices. Just inching over $5 million. Yes, Kevin, what do you? Hey, folks, at this point, you can put these tracks together any way you want. You can continue to bid individually, but you can also combine them any way you want, other than track 3 cannot be combined with any other tracks. What do you have, Kevin?
Individual race, track 9 will go 215.
All right, track 9 will go to 215. Your bidder number there?
121.
Hey, Luke, that knocked out your bidder 22. Do you have them now? I got 215. Will you give me 220? 215. What do you give me? 20 out of 20. 15 bid now 20 out of bid line. Did about $20, 20. All right, folks. Little update there to track 9. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Get your best bids up. All sorts of opportunity at these kind of prices now. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Take a look. Take a look. Anybody else, folks? Hey, I want to give everybody a fair chance. Take a look at tracks 1 and 2. All those wonderful improvements. A great, great location there on 1 and 2. Beautiful views of the Front Range. Hey, it looks like somebody ought to be putting 1 and 2 together, just at $310,000 individually. Hey, on that irrigation on track 3 now, it's bidder 132. There were several of you in there competing, but if you're not bidder 132, you're not in a leading position on that track 3. Yes, sir?
Track 4 going to 90,000.
Track 4 goes to 90. Your bidder there? 22. Knocked out, bidder 20 on that track 4. Ruth's getting us updated from 80 to 90. Folks, take a look at all that grass now. I mean, you talk about opportunity. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Looks like somebody ought to put together tracks 4 through 8. You can see bidder 22 on each of those individual tracks right now. That track 5 down there at 40,000, you're just inching over 1,000 on track 5. Okay, track 5, we got 50,000. Your bidder number there, Jerry. Bidder 20. Bidder 20. Knocked out. Bidder 22. 60. Now 70, Jerry. Now 70. 60 bid. Now $70 bid. Line in the bottom bid of 70 and $80. 80. Back out. Luke now $80. 80. 70 bid. Now $80 bid. Line in the bottom bid about $80 and $90. 90. 80 bid. Now $90 bid. Line in the bottom bid about $90. 99. 99. 99 in the bottom bid about 90. Jerry, you're back out. I got 80. Will you give me 90? At 80,000. Bidder 22, is it, Luke? 80,000. Bidder 22. Ruth. Arden, what are you doing down there? Looking good, as usual. Waiting for those combinations to come in, folks. You can put these tracks together any way you want, other than track 3 cannot be combined. Yes, sir. Track 7 goes to 90. Bidder number there. 20. Knocked out. Bidder 22 on track 7. I got 90. Will you give me 100? 90 bid. 100. Now 10 little in and 10. You're back out, Jerry. Now 110. I'll bid 100. Will you give me 10 little in, 90. I'm on about 10 little in and 10. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Bidder 22 in on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bidder 121 in the leading position on track 9. Hey, that track 1, just 250,000. All those improvements now. Take a look, folks. Great location, great views. Bidder 49. Track 2, just 60,000. Bidder 49. Track 3, 3,400,000. Bidder 132. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Track 4, just 90,000. Bidder 22. Track 5 at 80. Bidder 22. 6 at 100. 7 at 100. And 8 at 800. All bidder 22. Yes, sir. Track 4 goes to 100. Bidder number 20. Bidder 20. Knocked out. Bidder 22 on 4. I got 100. Will you give me 10? 100 bid. Now 10 another bid. Line did about a bid about 10 little in. Now did about a bid about 110. You're out on track 4 and $20. 20, Jerry. 110 bid. Now $20 bid. Line did about a bid about $20. 20. Back to bidder 22 at 110. Arden, for some reason the cameras seem to rather be facing Ruth here than you. That's a no-brainer. Yeah, Ritter. Track 2 goes to 65. Bidder 120 knocked out. Bidder 49. Looks like somebody ought to be putting 1 and 2 together. Looks like somebody ought to be putting 1 and 2 together. Take a look. Take a look. Bidder 49's been knocked out. Looks like you ought to just be combining 49 or tracks 1 and 2. Bidder 49. 315, 320 would get you in there. Well, you give me 320. $20. Now 30. Now 30. 320 on 1 and 2. So that's a new combination. Our first combination. 1 and 2 at 320,000. Bidder 49, is it, Luke?
Yep.
Bidder 49. All right. Puts them back ahead of the individuals. Puts them back ahead of those individual tracks. Folks, you can all get in there. Now think about all those improvements. You're getting the land for nothing. Getting the land for nothing at that kind of level. Yes, sir. Track 5 goes to 90. Bidder 20, is it? I got 90. What do you give me? 100. I've been 100. Now 10 little in, now 10 little in and 10. It'll give me 110. I got 100. You're back out, Jerry. At 100, it's bidder 22, is it?
Yep.
Bidder 22. Bidder 22. All right, folks. Hey, the only combination on the board is 1 and 2 together now. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Anybody else? Folks, how can you go wrong at these kind of levels now? When are you going to have another opportunity like it? When you're going to have, I don't care whether you're looking at irrigated or you're looking at grass here or that dryland migrations, that track 9, I would have bet it was a lot closer to 300,000. Bidder 121 in the lead on track 9 at 215,000. Yes, sir, no. Here we go. Anybody else? Anybody else, folks? How could, yes.
Track 2 is going to go to 75,000.
75, what's your bidder number there?
125.
Bidder 125 is 75,000. All right. Brings us up to 325 with those individual tracks versus 320 on 1 and 2. Will you give me 330? 320, will you give me 330 on that 1 and 2? 330. Bidder 49 at 330. All right, knock back out. Bidder 125 on that track 2. Take a look, folks. On that 1 and 2 now, you're talking about 163 acres. You're only about 2 an acre there, getting all those improvements for nothing. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Take a look. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Track number 3
Track 3.
is going to go to 3.5.
3,500,000. Your bidder number there.
Bidder 125.
Bidder 125 knocked out. Bidder 132 at 3,500,000. Give me 3.6. Bidder 125, right, Doug?
That's correct.
Knocked out. Bidder 132. I got 3.5. Does that bidder 132 want back in there? 3.6. 3.5. Bid nusk dot a bid line in among mid musk nusks and 6. Will you give me 3,600,000? All right. Take a look there. A little switch on track 3 now. It's bidder 125 at 3,500,000. All right, folks, all sorts of opportunity on the board. Tracks 1 and 2 at 330,000. You're only at about 2,000 an acre, and you got all those improvements in the deal. Take a look. Take a look. Where are you going to go? Hey, track 3, the good irrigated land, that bidder 125 now in the lead. Tracks 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 all bid individually, but by the same bidder, that bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Track 9 down there at only 215,000. Now, folks, there was a lot of you that looked at that piece. Where are you going to find dry land with that kind of location? Right there on Highway 52. Hey, all this just a short distance off of Highway 76 there. Where are you going to go? Take a look. Anybody else? Folks, I appreciate your interest this evening, really do. Really do. Just don't leave without getting your best bids up. Don't leave without getting your best bids up. If we finish here, show me the graphical viewer. Where are we at for a total? Ruth, let's get this total up here. You think you can keep the running total in addition? Ruth says she can do it. Can you show me the graphical viewer? Here it comes, 5,255,000. There they're showing you 5,255,000 is where we're at. But that does include your 5,250,000, I think, Ruth, because that 5,255,000 includes the 330. So the individuals total 5,250,000. Yeah, Lee. Track 9, I think so. Just a second. Yeah. What do you got on track 9? 220,000. Your bidder number there? 19. Bidder 19. All right. Bidder 19. New bidder on that track 9. I'm sorry, Doug. What do you have?
Track 8.
Track 8.
Goes to 850,000.
850. Your bidder number there?
125.
125, bidder 125, knocked out your bidder 22 there on track 8. All right, here we go. All right, here, take a look. Graphical viewer, you can see 5,310,000. All those tracks bid individually other than the combination of 1 plus 2. Yes, sir.
Track 8 going to 875.
Track 8 will go to 875. Bidder 22, is it?
22.
Bidder 22 knocked out. Bidder 125. Yes, sir.
I got a new combination.
New combination. 1 plus 2 plus 9
Goes to 560,000.
560,000. Bidder number.
119.
Bidder 119.
Should put them up by 10, they thought.
All right. Take a look. Yes.
I've got an increase on
Track
track 9.
9.
Goes to 225,000.
225.
Back to bidder 121.
Bidder 125. I think 230 will get them in here. You got 3. Let's see here. What do they got? 1, 2, and 9. So it's 325, 550. Still need another 15,000. Okay. All right. You can see 1, 2, and 9 individually. Looks like they are totaling 550 versus the combination at 560. Take a look. 240 would get them in on that track 9. 240 would get them in on track 9. Take a look. Take a look. 1 and 2 knocked out there. 1 and 2 just at 330,000 with all those improvements now, folks. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Bidder 49 and bidder 121. Those two bidders are out because of the combination of 1, 2 plus 9. You can see that 1 plus 2 plus 9 of 560,000, just 23.43 an acre straight through. Picking up a lot of cheap stuff. Yeah, Doug.
Track 2 is going to go to 90,000.
Track 2 goes to 90,000. Your bidder number there?
125.
Bidder 125. Take a look. 90,000 there on that track 2. That brings us up to 340 plus the 225, 565. That's going to be enough to break it up. That's going to be enough to break it up. 350 will get you in on 1 and 2. Will you give me 350 on that 1 and 2? On 1 and 2, got 350. Bidder 49, is it?
Bidder 49.
Bidder 49. Back in the lead on 1 plus 2. Yes, sir. Track 7 goes to 105,000. Your bidder number there? Bidder 20 knocked out. Your bidder 22. 105. Will you give me 110? 105. Will you give me 10? $15.15. You're back out, Jerry. Got 110. Will you give me 115? 110. Bid now. $15 bid line. Did $15.15. One in there at 115. It'll give me 115. How can you go wrong there? At 110, it's bidder 22. Bidder 22 on track 7 at 110,000. All right, folks. Yes, sir, Doug.
Combination B.
That B, the 1 plus 2 plus 9.
575.
575. Bidder 119. Bidder 119 at 575. All right. Take a look. Hey, I think that just ties it, Doug. That just tied it. We had 575 with 1 and 2 at 350 and 9 at 225. And in case of a tie, it's whoever was in first. And that was the 1 plus 2 bidder 49 and track 9 bidder 121. Take a look. Take a look. Arn's going to break down for us over here. He's showing that 1 plus 2 plus 9 at 575. Then he's going to break it up with 1 plus 2 together at 9 separate. Take a look. Take a look. Hey, you can't get any closer. It's a tie, but pay attention. That bidder 119, you were not there first. You came in second. That 1 and 2 at 350, and that bidder 125, they're on track 9 at 225. They were there first at 575 with those separate bids versus 575 in the entire combination of 1 plus 2 plus 9. All right, Doug, your bidders are back out there. Combination B, take a look. Take a look. Show Martin's board there, if you would, Jason. You can see there at 5 million, both those are at 5,370,000. You can see to the left the 1 plus 2 plus 9, bid 575. And then to the right, you can see 1 plus 2 at 350, and then 9 at 225, totaling 5,370,000. But it was at 1 plus 2 at 350 and 9 at 225. That was there first.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Track 2 is
All right, track 2 goes to 105, bidder 125. 105. All right, that knocked out bidder 49 on the combination of the two tracks. 360 would get you in. You want in there on that 1 plus 2 at 360.
Yep.
Got 360 on 1 and 2, bidder 49. All right, that brings back bidder 49 on the combination of 1 plus 2. All those improvements now. Wake up, folks. Wake up. Might need a little TLC on that home, but you've got all those improvements down there at values for just about the grass, and that's it. As if you didn't have any improvements there. All right, here we go. Yes or no? 5,380,000. You can see 5,3 and 5,380,000 on the graphical viewer, with 1 and 2 at 360, 3 at 3,500,000. Again, it's bidder 125 now on that track 3. Track 4 at 110, track 5 at 100, track 6 at 100, track 7 at 110, track 8 at 875, and track 9 at 225. Yes, sir, Doug?
Combination B is going to go to 585.
B, 1 plus 2 plus 9 goes to 585. I think that's just going to tie it, Doug. Going to need more. Give me 590. It'll give me $90.90. All right, that just tied it, but 1 and 2 there at 360, and then 9 by itself at 225.
590.
All right, got 590 there on that combination B, 1, 2, and 9. Bidder 119. All right, that knocked out bidder 121 on track 9, and bidder 49 on 1 plus 2 at 360. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Mike, yes, sir. A, 1 plus 2.
Going to go to 380.
380.
Bidder 125.
Bidder 125. I got 380. What do you give me? 390. 80, 90. Now 4. You're back out, Doug. Now 400. 90 bid. Now 4 out of bid line. In the bottom bid about 4 out of 4 and 4. 4. Now 10 little in now in the bottom bid about $20. 20. You're back out, Doug. Now $20. 20. 410 bid. Now 20 out of bid line. In the bottom bid about $20. 20, folks. It's time to get serious on those improvements. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? My gracious. I got 410. You want back at 410. Bidder number?
49.
49. Bidder 49 in the lead at 410 there on that 1 plus 2. Take a look. Where are you going to go? Get your best bids up. Hey, if we end at 5,430,000, the bids to be submitted would be 1 and 2 at 410, 3 at 3,500,000, 4 at 110, 5 at 100, 6 at 100, 7 at 110, 8 at 875, and 9 at 225. Those would be the bids submitted there to the owners if we end at 5,430,000. Hey, grand total, 5,430,000 with 8 different bidders. On 1 and 2, it's bidder 49. On track 3, it's 125. On track 4, it's 22. On track 5, it's bidder 22. Track 6, it's bidder 22. Track 7 and track 8 are both 22. And then track 9, it's bidder 121. Anybody else? Anybody else? What a wonderful, wonderful opportunity now, folks. How can you go wrong? Yeah, Doug.
Combination BRD.
B at 1 plus 2 plus 9.
Correct. Goes to 650.
650,000, bidder 119. Okay, 650. You can see 1 and 2 at 410. And 9 at 225. That totals 635. So bidder 49, bidder 121. You're 15,000 behind. You're 15,000 behind. 1, 2, and 9 is 650. Anybody else? Anybody else? Here we go. Yes or no? Take a look. Take a look, folks. How many opportunities do you get there in Weld County? Those kind of views, that wonderful setting right off the highway, just a short distance to the mountains, short distance to Denver and the airport. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, at $5,445,000. It's 1, 2, and 9 in the lead at 650. 3 at 3,005,000, 4 at 110, 5 at 100, 6 at 100, 7 at 110, and 8 at 875. Hey, that bidder 121 on track 9, you're out, and bidder 49 on 1 and 2 at 410, you're out. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up, folks. How many opportunities do you get now? Grand total $5,445,000, folks. If that's where we end, hey, the property will all sell. Now, track 3, of course, is subject to that right of first refusal. But if we end at $5,445,000, your new owners would be bidder 119 on 1, 2, and 9, bidder 125 on track 3, subject to that right of first refusal. Subject to the right of first refusal on track 3. Yes, sir.
1 plus 2 go 430.
All right, tracks 1 plus 2, combination A goes to 430, your bidder number there. What is it? 120. I got 430. Will you give me 440? Yep. Now 50. You're back out, Ritter. Now 50 out of 50. 440 bid. Now 50 out of bid. Line in about 50 out of 50. I'm at 440. Will you give me 50 out of 50? 40 bid. Now 50 out of bid. Line in about 50 out of 50 out of. Then about bid about 450. Yeah, to give me 450. At 440, it's bidder 49. Folks, what a great location. If you can use those improvements now, you better take a look. Still pennies on the dollar when you talk about all those improvements out there. You talk about a great setting for livestock. Schoenemans were great. Charolais breeders had a lot of cattle there now. Nice little setup for some horses. Where are you going to go? Get your best bids up. Take a look. Take a look. All right, if we end at $5,460,000, it'd be bidder 49 would be the new owner on 1 and 2. Bidder 125 would have the bid that'd be subject to the right of first refusal on the irrigated land at $3.5 million. Yes, sir.
Combination B.
B, 1, 2, and 9.
675, same bidder.
675, bidder 119. Knocked out. Bidder 121 on track 9, and knocked out. Bidder 49 on 1 and 2. Take a look. Grand total $5,470,000. Here we go. Yes or no? Anybody else? Anybody else? At $5,470,000, 1, 2, and 9 are in there at 675. Bidder 119. Knocked out. Bidder 49 on 1 and 2. And bidder 121 on track 9. Take a look. Bidder 121 on track 9 and bidder 49 on 1 and 2, you're out. Got bidder 125 in the lead on the irrigated land. Then bidder 22 in on each of those individual tracks, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. What a neat setting that is, that 4 through 8. Anybody else? That 1 plus 2 plus 9 is 675. with 1 and 2 at 440 and 9 at 225 is 665. Bidder 49, bidder 121, you're 10,000 out. Bidder 49, bidder 121, you're 10,000 out. Get your best bids up.
ARD.
Yes, sir.
Combination A is going to raise to 460.
A goes to 460. Your bidder number there, Doug.
25.
At bidder 125. Knocked out, bidder 49. I got 460. Will you give me 470? 60, 70. Now 80. You're back out, Doug. Now $80, 80. 70 bid. Now $80, but London, $80, 80 and $90, 90 and $5, 5 and 5. Now 500. I'm at 490. Will you give me $5, 5 and 5? Here, give me 500,000. Out 10 and 10 and 10 little in and $20, 20. I'm at 510. Will you give me $20, 20? You're back out, Doug. Here, give me $20, 20. Here, give me 520. I got 510. Will you give me $20, 20? At 510, it's bidder number 49.
49.
Bidder 49. All right, you can see there with 1 and 2 at 510 and 9 at 225, you're totaling 735. 735. That bidder 119 on 1, 2 plus 9. Combination B at 675. 60,000 behind. 1 and 2 there, and then 9 by itself. Yes, sir. Track 6. 105, bidder number. 132, I got 105, now 10. 105, 10, now 15, you're back out, Gary. Now $15, 15. I'm at 110, will you give me $15, 15 and $20, 20. 15 bid, now $20, bid line, then about $20, 20. Here to give me 120 and $5, 5 and 5, Gary. I'm at 120, now $5, bid line, then about $5, 5 and 5. Here to give me 125. Now 120, it's bidder. I got 25, now 30. Now 30. And 30 out of 30. 25, bidding on $30, bidding line, didn't want to bid about $30, 30. Yep. And 5, and 5, and 5 out of 5, and 5. Now 135, I'm at 130, now 5 out of bidding line, didn't want to bid about 5 out of 5, and 5. You went back in there, Gary, will you give me 135? I got Luke at 130, now 5, and 5 out of 5, and 5. Yeah, you give me 135 at 130, it's bidder 22. 22. Bidder 22. All right. Anybody else?
RD.
Yes, sir.
Combination A.
Combination A, 1 and 2.
520.
520, bidder number. 125. Bidder 125. 520. Now 30. Now 30. And $40, 40. 30. What do you mean $40, 40? 530, bidding on $40, bidder line, then I'm on bid about $40, 40. Yeah, to give me 540. 530, it's bidder 49. At 530, it's bidder 49. All right. Anybody else? Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. Get your best bids up. Folks, if we end at $5,580,000, the new owner on tracks 1 and 2 be bidder 49. On track 3, subject to that right of first refusal, it'd be bidder 125. It's bidder 22 on each of those individual tracks, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then it's bidder 121 on track 9 at 225. My gracious. Yes, sir.
Combination A.
1 and 2. 550, bidder number there. Bidder 125 at 550. Knocked out that bidder 49. I got 550. What do you give me? $60, 60. 50 bid, now $60, bidder now $60, 60. Hey, how much will they use it? I got 50. What do you give me? $60, 60. At 550, it's bidder 125. All right, take a look. Grand total, $5,600,000. $5,600,000. Hey, you've got three different bidders. You got bidder 125 on tracks 1 and 2 combined and on track 3. You got bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 individually, and bidder 121 on track 9. Take a look. Anybody else? Neat location now. Where are you going to go? How many chances you going to get? Anybody else? On 1 and 2 of 550, they're 33.74 an acre with all those improvements. Track 3, the wonderful irrigated land at 13,157,000. Track 4 at 28.94 an acre. 5 at 26.31 an acre. 6 there just 17.10 an acre, and 7 at just 15.94 an acre. Yes, sir.
Track 9 is going to go to 230.
230, bidder number.
119.
Bidder 119. Knocked out that bidder 121. I got 230. Will you give me 235, bidder 121? I'm at 230. Will you give me 5 out of 5 and 5? 230, bid now 5, not a bid 9, then amount of minimum 5, not a 5, 9, then amount of minimum 235. It'll give me 235. Anybody else? Yes or no? Looks like it ought to be yes or yes here. Take a look. Take a look. Get your best bids up. All right. At $5,605,000, it's bidder 125 on tracks 1 and 2 at 550. Bidder 125 on the irrigated land, track 3 at 3,500,000. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 individually. And bidder 119 on track 9 at 230. Anybody else? Anybody else? Got 550 on that 1 and 2. Will you give me 560? 550. Will you give me 60? Now 70. You're back out, Doug. 560. Will you give me 70? 60 bid. Now 70. Lot of bid. Line. Didn't want about 70. It'll give me 570. Take a look. Take a look at 560. It's back to bidder 49. Anybody else? Anybody else? Take a look. Get your best bids up. Get your best bids up. Yes, sir. Track 5 goes to 105,000. Bidder number. Bidder 20, knocked out. Bidder 22, we got 105.10. Now 15, Doug, now 15. 110, will you give me 15 out of 15? At 110, it's bidder 22. Yes, sir. Track 9. 235, bidder number. Bidder 121. Bidder 121. Aye. Track 9. 240, bidder number. Bidder 119. 240, bidder 119. Bidder 121 online, you're back out. Bidder 119 in a leading position on track 9 at 240. Take a look. Get your best bids up. If we end at 5,635,000, it'll be bidder 49 on 1 and 2 at 560. Track 7 goes to 115, bidder 20, is it?
Yes.
Knocked out, bidder 22. I got 115. What do you give me 120? 115. What do you give me 20? Now 5 and 5 and 5 out of 5 and 5. At 120, it's bidder 22. $5,645,000 there with bidder 49 on 1 and 2 at 560. Bidder 125 on 3 at 3.5 million, subject to that right of first refusal. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 individually, and bidder 119 on track 9 at 240. Anybody else? Take a look. Where are you going to go? $5,645,000 is bidder 49 on 1 and 2, bidder 125 on 3, 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, bidder 119 on track 9. All right. Hey, that bidder 125 is out on 1 and 2 there. Bidder 125 is out on 122 or on 1 and 2. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bidder 20 been trying hard but not in on anything. Bidder 119 in on track 9. That bidder 121 is out. Is out. Anybody else? Yes.
Combination A,
A, 1 and 2.
570.
Goes to 570, now 80. 570, what do you mean, $80, 80? At 570 is a bidder 125.
Correct, RD.
All right, take a look. Take a look at 5,655,000 is bidder 125 on 1 and 2 at 570. Bidder 125 on track 3 at 3.5 million, subject to that right of first refusal. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 individually. And bidder 119 on track 9. Yes, sir, no? Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, Jerry, you're bidder 20, okay, been trying hard. You need more than 2 minutes for any reason? Okay. All right, Eric, you okay there? Gary, you okay? Lee, you're good? All right, Luke, you're all right?
Yep, we're good over here.
Ritter, you're good? Okay, Doug, they seem to be good? Anybody else? Talk to Arden says Arden's always good. We don't even have to ask Arden if he's good. He's always good. What do you think, Doug? They good? You ready to go here? Ready to wrap it up? Make no mistake, folks. If we end at 5,655,000, it'd be bidder 125 on 1 and 2, bidder 125 on track 3 at 3.5 million, bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 individually, and bidder 119 on 9 at 240,000. Anybody else? Those will be the new owners, subject to that right of first refusal on track 3, of course. Anybody else? Yes, sir, no. Here we go. Yes, sir. 9. 245. Bidder 121, is it? 121 knocked out. That bidder 119. Track 9 up to 245. Bidder 121. Take a look. Anybody else? Anybody else? Get your best bids up. All right. Bidder 119's been knocked out on track 9. It's bidder 121. Bidder 121 in the leading position there. Anybody else? Yes or no? Grand total $5,660,000. Bidder 125 in the lead on 1 and 2. Also in the lead there on that track 3, subject to the right of first refusal. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 individually. Bidder 121 on track 9. Anybody else? Yes or no? Yes or no? All right. Okay, they good there, Doug? You're good? Jerry, you're good? I think you were the last two in the hunt. Luke, you're good there? All right, folks, I tell you what, my clock gets around here to where I can track it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to beat the 5,660,000. If we hit a 5,660,000, it'll be bidder 125 on 1 and 2, bidder 125 on track 3, bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and bidder 121 on track 9. Anybody else? Yes or no? Yes or no? If we don't have more than 5,660,000 in the next 2 minutes starting now, it'll be bidder 125 on 1 and 2 there, also on track 3, subject to their right of first refusal. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bidder 121 on track 9. Yeah, clock's on. Clock's on. Need more than 5,660,000 in the next minute and a half. And if we don't, those will be your new owners, subject to that right of first refusal on track 3. Bidder 125 on 1 and 2. Bidder 125 on 3, subject to that right of first refusal. Bidder 22 on 4, 5, 6, and 8 individually. And bidder 121 on track 9. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, you got a minute. Starting now. If we don't have more than 5,660,000, what you see there on the graphical viewer, those will be your new owners, subject to that right of first refusal on track 3. Yes or no? All right. What a wonderful opportunity you have. You got 30 seconds, folks. Appreciate your interest today. Been great bidders. Just don't quit without getting your best bid up. Anybody else? 20 seconds. 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold, sold, sold. Subject to that right of first refusal on track 3. Hey, if you have any question on land in the area, Brent Wellings would be glad to talk to you. Keep your eye on SchraderAuction.com for upcoming auctions. There is an app you can download to your iPhone to track right along there with what's coming up at Schrader Auction. Be safe traveling if you're traveling this evening. Take care now.